Okay, I'm back. Here's a piece I knocked off of some root beer, and it's not the high grade quality, but got a deep channel running through there. It's weird shape and all messed up. And I'm gonna turn around here and see if we can make something out of that. Get rid of all them problems. The first thing I want to do is try to get rid of this gully through here. I take it off this back edge like this. There we go. I don't need it this wide on the top either. So we come down here and build up some convexity. On this side it has a gully over here. But the reason why I'm not taking it off from the top is because it's like a razor blade right there. It had plenty of waste over here. Yeah, I can come this way and get me some convexity built up and do it like that. Now I got one more place to hit. Isolate me a little nipple right there. Hit on that baby. Now then we got one on this side. Isn't it funny? One on both sides of it. Yeah, just about got it all out. Now I need to get rid of this little bump right here. Take a couple flakes off that way. And come over here and do one right there. A couple right there. That's pretty good. Now, the hump is right in there. The main problem. So I'm gonna come across here on the opposite side. See if I can run it out on the bottom. See the groove? Got 90% of it out. It's starting to look pretty good. If you look at it, we got a ridge right there. And I think I can come right here and knock it out a good bit. Like that. Got a lot of it. That did real good. I'm ready to roll over here like this. Try to come this way. So I'm gonna hit down like this. Bring my edge down. I'm gonna turn it over, my edge will be low. Going up high right now, but when I turn it over, it's gonna be low. Now then. All right, I got one good problem in here. This is a real nice one, but I got a hinge right here. That's just throwing a curveball and everything, man. They don't have much width down here at the bottom where the point is. Can't do much about it. Probably gonna break it. Got all of it out with a little bit of piece. Right there. Well, I lost a little length on my point. Kind of broke the tip off a little bit. Did it again. Isn't it funny how you run something because you're determined you're going to get it out and fix it, and it really ain't that big deal to start with? It's out. If I'd done that and left my tip alone, look at that. Would have had a nice piece. But anyway, that's gonna go in my bucket. Hope y'all enjoyed that. Got one more I'm gonna do. Got a piece of mahogany obsidian right here. And let's see what we can do with it. Try to cut across here and right here. That did real good. I had 1, 2, 3, 3 big plates cut across there. And I knocked this off a big old block of mahogany I had a long time ago and put it in a little old metal box I have with a bunch of other stuff. And I crossed it the other day. Isn't it funny how you hide stuff like that and years later you find it? You're not even looking for it. It wasn't that I hit it. I just knew it wasn't going to get broken there. And I wasn't ready for it at the time. I said, well, when somebody wants a knife or something made out of mahogany, I'll have it. Well, it just didn't happen, want nothing. And when they did, I forgot about it, and I and I had more mahogany at the time, and so just got away from me. You'll understand one day. Just give it enough time. I never understood this kind of crap. Boy, I understand it now. My grandmother had that arthritis, was not like the kind I got. It made her fingers real crooked, and she had a golf cart, and she had a fishing pole and a net, and she'd sit in that golf cart. She'd pull on the bank of the pond and fish out of that golf cart. And she was getting me to put a little ice chest in there, and she catching brim. She thought she was catching the biggest brim in the world. And I was helping her get the crickets prepared and all that kind of stuff. And I looked at her and I called her Granny. I said, Granny, I sure hope I live. And she was like 88, 89. I said, I sure hope I get to live, be as old as you are. And oh my gosh, what did I say that for? That doggone crooked finger come up like that. And she poked me on the shoulder and said, young man, let me tell you something. This is not a blessing. This is a curse. A curse. Do you understand? I said, yes, ma'am, I do. And I think she was right. I'm gonna tell y'all something you're gonna think I'm crazy. A lot of you are. A lot of you know I am. You don't think you know I am. But a long time ago I had a friend that raised crickets to fish with for bait, crickets. He raised them about 1,000. He sold them all over Mississippi and Louisiana to bait stands and stuff. And I was in there one day and he had an old barn he raised them in, and I was in there in his bait stand and he had a bunch of dead crickets. And he was putting them in these bags, and his guy come by and picked them up. And I said, what you gonna do with all them dead crickets? He said, oh, he's got a pond full of catfish, and he feeds them to those catfish. And I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, I can't sell them if they dead. He said, it wouldn't matter, but you can't make people believe that, so fish buy them just as good as they will if they're alive. And he said, I'm gonna tell you what you do. He said, you see that wooden box in that little metal screen container that I sell to put crickets in? I said, yeah. He said, I make more money selling that. Off of that, it's more profit than it is the crickets. And he said, people come in here and theirs were out, and especially the cardboard ones, and they said, well, give me one of those, and they're a couple dollars, and they buy 100 crickets for 200 or something. And he said, don't ever buy any of that stuff. If you go in a bait stand and they're selling crickets, you tell them you want 100 crickets, but put them in a plastic bag or a paper bag, just dump them in. If you got a container for them, you're going to take them right home, and they will. But you better get them right home, because they'll eat, if it's a paper bag, they'll chew a hole through it in about 30 minutes, and they'll be getting all in your car and truck and everywhere. If you take them straight home and put them in the deep freeze, this is where you're thinking I'm crazy. You freeze them jokers. Get ready to go fishing, get that bag out of the deep freeze. See, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm sitting there shaping this thing, making an knife blade, and I wasn't thinking about that. I'm talking. You get them things out of the freezer, within 15, 20 minutes they thawed out. By the time you get to the lake, they're gonna be thawed out. When you get to the lake, you just put them on the seat of your boat, dump your 10 or 12 there, and guess what? You ain't gotta catch them. They're not hopping around everywhere. They're not getting on you. Getting in your tackle box, jumping all over the boat, you sitting there trying to catch them. You wasting all your time fishing trying to catch the daggone thing. Well, if they dead and they're not moving, you're not wasting your time. You just pick them up and put them on the hook. And I go with people that say, I ain't fishing them dead crickets. And I said, well, that's fine. And I catch like 6 of that one, and they realize that they're spending all the time running their hand in that box trying to get one of them crickets out, or shake one out, and then he jumps out, and then they're trying to catch him, or 2 or 3 jump out. And in a few minutes, I said, well, get me one of them dead crickets. And they start fishing with them. The cricket's dead after you put him on the hook, and you drown him in the water. If you don't get a bite right away, think about it. He's dead. Them brim don't care if he's not moving or not. It's the smell, it's the odor. And I have never ever, that's been probably 35 years ago, I told hundreds and hundreds of people that. And the ones that believe me come back and say, man, I got kids, and when you got little kids, that's the best thing in the world. They ain't trying to catch a cricket, and you're not trying to catch them, and it's so easy for them to do it themselves. Now, guess what? When you get through fishing, if you got 50 or 25 or whatever left, go home and freeze them again. Put them back in the freezer. You can freeze them 2 or 3 times, I promise you can. And the fish are gonna bite them. All right. I was had knives going, wasn't worried about steady this thing. I was worried about getting the shape. Got a little bitty spot. I hope this fitting's gonna be tough enough to knock it out. Gotta knock it out right there. I got me a little isolated platform. Look at that. Went all the way through there on it. As tiny as that platform was. This one right here is gonna be the same thing. It's starting to rain pretty hard. I think I'm gonna go to the house. I'm thinning this one or breaking it. That's ready for pressure flaking. I'm not gonna do any more percussion. I'm gonna put it in my pile over here. And I'm fixing to go to the house and get out of this rain.